It's the Booze and BJJ podcast. We're waiting for two people to log in because they're taking showers. Wait, one's taking a
Slack
shower.
slackers.
They're just slacking. So I was just telling Frankie, right? Let me take my glasses off. I was just telling Frankie, I'm sick and tired of hearing about Will Smith. Like he slapped the man. Like, he felt he needed to slap him.
Hey man, I get it. I get it. I get why he did it. You just don't talk about going back to the relationship stuff, man. Like, let's say I'm in a serious relationship, you ain't gonna be disrespecting my girl like that, no matter what. I'm old school. Like, there's one thing you don't mess with: religion, women, or kids. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay. You mess with one of those three, you getting slapped or punched.
yeah,
Uh, I think. I mean, I get it. He was trying to make a point. To me, I feel like it was staged. It was so many variables. To me, I feel it was staged because that slap like that and him like leaning like that. It's just very acting like. And it's hard to take these guys serious because you don't know if they're being for real or if they're acting or it's part of the show or not.
right.
But let's just say if it was not part of the show and it was real. I get that Will Smith is old school and will shut somebody up right there, right then and there. But yet, in modern days, we kind of need to take things to the side, be like, listen, let's talk to the side real quick. Then slap the shit out of him behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah,
But hey, but I give out props to Chris,
Chris Rock.
for keeping it professional, man. Because I'm pretty sure that dude's old school too, man. And he could probably keep the gangster too.
See, my problem was as a black man watching Will Smith do that on TV. I felt like it played into a bit of the angry black man stereotype. You know what I mean?
I get it. I mean, I didn't see it like that.
It's like a stigma, like a lot of a lot of guys in my family have to like feel the need to like stay calm at all times in public because they feel like,
Yeah,
you know,
but I think that's how we are, man. We're like me and you. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure if someone turns us on, like, yo, we're that's it. We're hurting people. We're causing a lot of damage. I tell people when you come around, I'm like, yo, and people look at you like, who's that guy? That guy can rip your arm out of your shoulder and then show it to you, and it's true. These are the things that are true. Like I have a short fuse. When there have been times where I'm like, sorry, this is gonna happen right now. Just slap.
yeah,
I've slapped. I punched somebody. I really don't care. You know, I know it sounds dumb, and I know we're older and we're supposed to be more responsible and stuff like that. But if the time comes, I'm slapping the shit out of somebody.
it takes something a little bit more extreme to set me off. Like if somebody I'm with, if they're in danger, that'll set me
Yeah,
off. Words, like I don't care. I'll probably laugh at you and call you a moron, but
yeah,
you know, words are the one thing
yeah.
that won't set me off. Like I've been called the N word, I've been called all sorts of colorful terms, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of like you're stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, people use the N word with me. I'm like, well, yo, like, no, stop. Don't. I'm not. Don't disrespect. That's not me. That's not. I'm not your homie. I'm not your whatever.
Yeah,
Don't be using that. Like when people see me, they're like, oh, Frankie's so intimidating and blah 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 and and whatnot. And oh, Frankie's a thug. Blah blah. Frankie no thug, man. Frankie's just a nice guy and he's controlled his beast pretty much.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I realized early on, if I lost my temper at everything that pissed me off, I would just be end. I would end up in jail or dead.
Well, I mean, when I was younger, I've been to jail, so
No,
um, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, not tonight. But yeah, I get pretty angry pretty quick, and especially if you're the one starting something, I will finish it.
Yeah.
You know. So,
Um,
little change of topic here. I
sure.
just got the new Chantilly MMA merch. So
Ooh,
anybody wanna rock the hoodies? Go hit up Masugi at Chantilly MMA and you can get some of the merch. And hopefully Thomas gets the shirt done that I've been asking for because it's badass. We're not gonna say what it is. Wait, we're
oh,
not gonna say what it is. They gotta wait.
you have to wait for that one. No, the
Yes.
shirts are coming.
Uh,
It's like the third thing on my list. One is work, two is trying not to die, third is shirt stuff. Yeah.
but yeah,
That's
back to the Chris Brown, and that wasn't. I mean, it's so we're a different era, man. Different era.
yeah.
Our era, that's like okay, that's normal.
You know what I think the shocking thing is? I think a lot of the older folks who saw that, who especially in Hollywood, who are like all up, you know, clutching their pearls over it, I think that's all an act. You know,
I
our
I believe so too, man.
like if someone is saying something about your spouse, you know, our generation and older, like you, you know, that was a slapping, or you're either getting slapped, hit, or I'm telling you off. You know, at minimum, cut that crap out. You know,
Yeah,
but the younger generations seem to they react different. You know, and you can see
yeah,
it you can see it in Muay Thai and BJJ. Like, there's no threat of violence, if that makes sense. You know, our generation and up, growing up, you watched what you said because somebody could pop off at any time.
right. Like there was an example at the gym one time. Kids nowadays say what or yeah, what, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. In my generation and the way I was upbringing, mine was yes sir, no sir. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes. How can I help you? This one kid comes and he goes, I guess they were talking amongst friends. And Sugi heard them say, yeah, or what? And Sugi corrects them. And then the kid, instead of saying, okay, yes, I got it, instead of picking that up and saying, hey, I'm going to learn from that, he goes, why? Why is what or yeah bad? And then we have to tell him it's like because it's unprofessional. It's not respect. It's not you're not being respectful.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and you know, I try to teach my kids this too, as yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, or even the word yes. Okay, yes, not what, not yeah. So pretty much these younger generation is more like they try to be fearless, I guess, or they're trying to prove something. It's like, what are you guys trying to prove to us that we haven't done, that we haven't seen? We've done it, we've seen it. We're just telling you, but
Everything, yeah, it's like everything you've
This
done, I've experienced with.
right.
this is an old man talk here.
This
Yeah.
is the old man. This is
This,
our generation.
We're talking about the Will Smith slapping Chris Rock thing.
oh yeah. So
So,
my oh sorry, go ahead.
so my what I'm talking about my generation, 89 and older. Okay, 90 and up. Y'all a bunch of wusses. Sorry. Come after me. I don't care. Come after me. Say what you want to say about me. I'm gonna say
Frankie,
it right back to you.
I can't protect you from all these kids.
I don't give a damn.
They're gonna be looking for you in the streets.
Hey, it ain't the first time that somebody said that to me.
Have you seen this guy kick a heavy bag? The damn thing folds in half. Let them come after it. Oh God.
So my take on that is it could have been handled better. Yeah, I get it. You're pissed. Well, first of all, the dude was laughing, you know, in the beginning, and then he was like, "Oh crap," you know. Jada's
My
pissed off. Now I
old
gotta
lady.
switch it up. Yeah,
You
it
gotta
could have been
protect your
handled
other.
better because
Yeah,
it's
but
like he could have stood there and he could have like cussed Chris Rock out, and then in his acceptance speech be like, that wasn't cool. My wife's got this condition, blah blah blah. But because now everything people are going to focus on is the slap. They're not going to focus on any sort of apology he had afterwards or anything. Not even the movie that he was in. And the thing is, like, he wouldn't have done that to a white comedian, and he wouldn't have done that to like an older comedian. Like, he wouldn't do that to, I don't know, name some older comedian. He wouldn't go up there and slap them.
Al
Richard
Pacino.
Pryor.
Al Pacino.
Like what?
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, like Richard Pryor. Well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't have done that. And the thing too is like, he did a calculated assessment of that, because it's just like he also wouldn't have done it to The Rock. If The Rock said some shit about Jada, he wouldn't go up there and slap The Rock. So he's just like, oh, Chris Rock, he's this scrawny guy, he's talking smack, let me go over there and slap him. So it's disappointing, and on both sides, but I think if there's more blame to be placed, I think Will Smith has more blame.
I agree with that. I think I was telling Frankie, as black folks, I kind of felt like he set us back a little bit with that. It was on live TV.
Yeah.
Anybody who's on the fence about having a negative connotation about, our group, that'll reinforce it right there. Yep. Unfortunately.
It's just like, people are gonna be like, those black people, they're just all thugs.
They get more thug than Will Smith though.
No, he was Will Smith was the chosen one. He was the not thuggish one. And what did he do? He ended up being the most gangster one of us all on national TV.
So also, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'll say also another thing. It's like Chris Rock was all about, he had this movie about good hair, right? And he was all about promoting natural hair and all this stuff. And, hair is not he basically is talking about the struggles of Black women and how they wear their hair, and just kind of the whole history of all the connotations of Black women wearing their hair natural. But then he goes ahead and like makes fun of Jada, who has a bald head. Whether or not she has a condition, that's, you shouldn't be making fun of her for that. And on the other hand, too, I feel like Will Smith has always kind of been the guy who's always like, let's act right in front of white folk kind of thing.
Really? I would always say that he was a wild card.
I don't know. So like he said some stuff where it's just kind of like, we as Black people have to act right in front of white folk. That to something to that degree. Yeah, I don't know. They both let me down, but
I like I said, I give props to Chris for staying professional. He was on TV, like, and he's trying to defuse a situation instead of escalating it. I mean, there's so many variables to this, man. There's so many avenues to go down this one. Just to put everything into rest, is that these guys are old school, and they've tamed their gangster, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes,
honestly, it pops
Wale, I'm pretty sure you'll have a moment where you're like, yo, I'm about to mess this kid up or something like that. And that's
I 100% agree. It's natural to feel someone's coming at your woman or your family. It's natural to want to smack the shit out of them. Yeah. But it's just like, there's a time and a place, don't do it on national TV.
No.
Don't, that's not the time or the place. Catch him in the streets.
But when does Will Smith do anything normal? I believe. I think he's, like I said, I think he's a wild card. I think he does things spontaneously. He doesn't really think through stuff sometimes, and like he was doing his weight loss thing, and he's like, I'm going to do it in 30 days, and then all of a sudden, some day 5 or something, day 6, he quit, and it was like some crazy. It's wild.
Yeah, I think also like Will Smith. I mean, Chris Rock thought of that joke spur of the moment, and he just like fired it off. And yeah, I mean, I think he should have read the room and realized, okay, maybe I should walk this one back.
Jokes, especially if they're directed towards someone specifically, once they're out, like you can't really take it back.
No.
Yeah.
But you also don't stand there and and I don't think that Chris Rock was expecting Will Smith to smack him, because he was just like his whole head was out there. Just like, put your hands up.
Like,
what's
defend
funny?
yourself.
Yeah. What's funny is after that happened, I went to Trainer Capital, and the instructor was saying, "Okay, we're going to do some self-defense. Let's assume that you insult someone's wife." And I was like, "Is this hypothetical? Like, let's assume you insult someone's wife and they come at you. Here's how you defend yourself. Don't just put your face out there."
Oh, I'm putting my face.
Good, yeah,
I'm putting my face out there, but that's the one shot. That one shot that you better hope you knock me out. If you don't knock me out, I'm coming after you, and I'm coming hard. You only get one shot with me.
So I'm gonna pull the moderator card. I think that's enough about Will Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now here's another change of topic. I want to hear your opinions about the Eric at Pentagon MMA fight.
Wole, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched parts of it. I mean, I think he did a great job. But then again, I don't have the experience to understand what was going on, like points and all of that stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think he did a great job. I think it's unfortunate that the judges went the other way, but yeah, I'm interested to hear what Frankie's opinion is.
Thomas?
So I watched bits and pieces of it, and from what I saw, it looked like Eric pretty much had dominated the fight. I watched enough of it to be a little bit shocked that he was not declared the winner. So, but again, with Wole, I have my knowledge of Muay Thai is specific to one class. So, if there's little nuances that I'm not aware of, then so be it. But from just a beginner's perspective, from what I saw, it looked like Eric should have been declared the winner initially.
All right. So I've trained with Eric for many years. Great fighter, great guy. Nothing against him, and nothing against his gym or anything like that. So just putting that out there. Eric, his technique is very, very good. He's a high level fighter. Guy, won't take nothing away from that guy. I believe that fight should have been a draw. Okay. To ask, I saw the video. An experience with TCB and what I've seen before, kicks mean a lot of kicks. Eric was throwing a lot more teeps than kicks. The guy was throwing more kicks than teeps, as well as if you notice, when Eric got punched, his head would bounce back. That's huge points. That's making the judges score differently. Okay. Like there's different moments and pieces of this video, of the videos that I rewatched over and over and over. I'm like, okay, let me see what the judges thought they saw. Okay, and then I'm starting to point out these things. Okay, he was throwing more teeps and more kicks, so maybe they were counting more points on kicks and teeps. Eric, when he got punched in the face, his head would bounce back. That's probably giving more points, or they're giving, the judges react more when they see that. Okay, because if you punch and you just stay there, they think you're not taking damage. But when your head goes back like that, you're taking a lot of damage. So to me, I think it should have been a draw, and a rematch for TCB should have been announced. Like, then this could have been another major big card for them, like a rematch, But that's what I saw. I believe it should have been a draw. Or unfortunately, I don't want to say this, but maybe the win was given to that. But they announced that he's the new TCB champ. Congrats to Eric, for getting that. But that's what I viewed it as. And I've seen a lot of fights.
Did they go back and reverse it?
So the commission, and I think TCB, they sent the video out and they rewatched the whole fight, and maybe they saw a mistake where they shouldn't have scored. Like, the guy got a point taken away from Eric.
Yeah.
The point taken for the groin kick.
Mm-hmm.
That should have put Eric up in the lead, but yet, like I said, it could have been a draw. I would have called it a draw, and maybe a part 2 should have happened, which I hope another part 2 does happen, because that would be a cool fight, because them boys were going. It was a really good fight that night. So, and like I said, like Eric's team and they do train hard. They do train hard over there. They don't release a lot of guys. I was supporting a couple of my of people I train with, like the guys from Little Giant. Those guys were just fighting, and they did pretty good for their first fight. Unfortunately, they came out with a loss, but they did really good. And that's that, pretty much.
Are they fighting at TCB as well?
Yeah, they fought at TCB. Yeah, they were fighting out a lot out at TCB and Pentagon. Pentagon had one fighter. Little Giants had 2 fighters.
So you were saying teep. What's a teep?
A teep is basically a almost like a push kick, but a teep, instead of like actual force going, you're just basically keeping the person away. Bam, bam, bam,
yeah.
Bam, bam,
oh, I see.
Instead of like projecting him, which sometimes you can project a person, but yeah, I think and then there was more. If you guys watch the videos, hey, we're talking about the Eric fight. I'm saying that it should have been a draw.
Yeah, I watched it, and like, honestly, I could see where there was some reluctance to give him the win, because I know a little bit about the scoring, and it didn't seem like Eric was throwing in enough like knees or countering the kicks enough. So I know that those matter a lot when it comes to Muay Thai scoring, like traditional Muay Thai scoring.
Yeah, and a bunch of organizations and a bunch of like organizations, different score differently. Like in New York, they'll score traditional Muay Thai. TCB scores traditional Muay Thai. You go somewhere else and they'd be like, oh, we don't score traditional Muay Thai. We just score like boxing or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. It's different. And like the crowd makes a difference. It all comes together as a one. You got to see a lot of these fights to make sense of all this.
Mm-hmm. What constitutes a lot of fights? I've seen a few. I don't know if I'll call them a lot.
Like I don't know, over 20 fights, I guess. See, that's the appropriate drink for the sponsor.
No, I
That's
have the follow-up. This is my follow-up.
See,
Nice.
Thomas.
This is my
Learn,
starter.
Thomas. See,
This is
Thomas.
my aperitivo right here, and then I get to the meal.
She's keeping a true white girl.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, hey, hello.
Hold on,
No,
wait a minute.
listen, nah.
No, hold on, wait a minute. She's keeping a true white girl with a truly, and then she's keeping a gangster with the whatever the hell she's drinking.
I gotta, have a little bit of both mixed in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With Yana, she's got to have the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So,
Well, as soon as we get a little bit deeper in the conversation, I need to go make myself a drink. So.
Oh, you don't? Did you
Okay.
just get back home from training?
Yeah, I got home at like 9:28.
I didn't realize you can make truly at home.
Are you gonna take that, Thomas?
He is. Go ahead.
Get
gangster, Thomas. Get gangster, Thomas.
You gonna slap me, huh?
Look at
Yeah, he's just gonna pour a little flavored vodka and some seltzer water and call it a truly or a White Claw.
I have a bottle of rum. Okay.
Hey, Thomas. In our defense, you done this to yourself. You did this to yourself while bringing all these exotic bullshit over here.
Hey, I'm not knocking. I would down a truly, man. That's like
they can be really tasty. Like this one's super tasty. Passion fruit.
It was like saying Four Locos was the shit back in the day. The only
yeah.
Oh my God! Please.
I've actually never had a Four Loco before.
Okay, Four Locos.
I was too scared. I was too scared to like.
You know what? To my defense about that, truly, Master Sugi himself handed it to me.
You can say no. You can say no. It's like here's a joint from Master Sugi. Oh, I'm gonna smoke it. No, say no.
I mean, I wouldn't do that, but
we'll take the truly all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
If Master Sugi got high, he'll probably roll and destroy people anyway.
He probably geek the whole time. Anyways, now that we got all that trauma out the way.
Now that we've done bashing each other.
God.
All right. So on to our next subject. So Yana and I had a conversation about this last week, and we're going to do a part 2 because we wanted to hear different perspectives. So on a high level, the topic is about having training partners of the opposite sex. Did we say sex or gender last time?
I think we said sex. We just hit on that one.
Oh no, we're not doing the gender shit here, okay?
Yeah. Look.
All right, we're all real people.
I get confused, but anyways.
You gender people, you can come after me too. I don't give a damn. So
the scenario that was brought up to me, we had a training partner at Pentagon about 3 years ago. But yeah, about 3 years ago, who trained briefly with us. I think she was there about 2-3 weeks. My last interaction with her was when it was time to roll during class. She asked me to go 100% on her. Now, I said no, because she was 5'2", maybe 110, 115 pounds. And at that time, I was still about 220, 230. And I was like, there's no way. Like, this would be a very bad day for you.
Well, what's your white belt? What level were you to?
She was a white belt. She literally only had been training for 2 weeks.
And you're blue. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I had just gotten blue. So I told her no. I told her I wasn't going to do it, and I told her why. Like, it was a safety issue. Like, if I slipped, I could fall on her and probably crack a rib or something.
Yep.
But anyway, she quit. And then a couple weeks ago, she messaged me and she said that she had went to another gym. She started training. She found a guy who would go 100% on her. He did, and she got pretty badly injured. So Yana and I had a discussion about this, and from my perspective, if you're significantly larger, especially if you're training partners of the opposite gender, sex, whatever, like, you have to tone it back so that both of you can roll safely and both of you get something out of the role.
Yep.
Well, I think it also depends on the size of the training partner, right? Because there've been, I mean, I don't know if we covered this part, but I have trained with like male training partners who've been like closer to my size, like Nico. And that's been really like that's really helpful for me. Like they tend to be better with like technique.
Yeah.
Closer to technique that I use. But yeah, no, generally speaking though, it tends to be that, you know, the male training partner is significantly stronger or bigger, and it's just not the same. You just can't go 100% with your strength on that. It just doesn't make it it doesn't really, in my opinion, it doesn't make it a fair fight.
Yeah.
There's more risk of injury, and really at the end of the day, like you should both training partners should be focusing on technique instead of brute strength, you know, and aggression. But
So
that's not what happens.
so you shouldn't be going 100% period in training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my debate all the time. But I have gone against girls that do put an ass whipping on me, like Katrina at Pentagon.
Mhm.
She'll put an ass whooping on me.
Mhm.
All right. Natalie at Little Giants, she's put an ass whooping on me on a couple times, you know, and I'm a big dude.
It's that skill though.
It's the skill though. But I've had people say, oh yeah, give me 100%. No. Let me give you 5%, and then we're gonna work up to wherever you're comfortable with. And it never goes past 15% or something like that. Because if you take 100% of my leg kick to the body, you're not getting up for that after like a good half hour.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, especially as higher belts, it's important to gauge the person that you're rolling with. Like, I completely agree with Frankie. You never go 100% in training, but you kind of gauge the skill level, the athleticism, because you can have a bigger somebody who is bigger than you, but they're not as athletic. So that kind of slows things down. And I think also, you know, especially in like judo, the concept of like being a good uke, which is a good partner, is emphasized a lot. Where it's like, you know, you have to make sure that you fall correctly, and both of you are responsible for each other. So yeah, I never go 100%. And if I'm rolling against somebody who is, you know, of the opposite sex, or like someone who's smaller than me, I'm not going to put 100%, because I like doing pressure passes and all that stuff. I'm not going to put 100% like pressure into it. Or if it's someone who's a white belt, I'm not going to go 100. I'm not going to even go like 50% with them. You know, a lot of it is making sure they get value out of the rolling.
So wait, Wole, when we rolled, you gave me only 50%.
Yeah, maybe about there.
That's BS. Okay, I'm coming after you. don't come around. I'm gonna go 100 on you. No,
Okay.
no, I'm kidding.
All right.
No,
and also, actually, real quick, going back to what you were saying, I don't know if other people do it, but I tend to match the aggression and I tend to match the aggression of my partner. So it's like if somebody starts ratcheting it up, then I'm going to ratchet it up too, because they're coming for me at that point. So
yeah, no, I think that's fair. But I mean, I think it also like it depends on who that person is. Like if it's for me personally, like if it's a like brand spanking new white belt and they're acting like they're fighting for their life, and I'm gonna tell them to like slow down and like calm down and usually actually will, I mean, like instead of matching that aggression with the same level for those type of training partners whom I actually try to avoid as much as possible, because you can see it usually before they even get to you, but if I ever do like roll with someone like that, I tend to like try to calm myself down and just like, because I find that I get better positions if I just like let them come at me with that aggression, and then I just use that against them. But like I try not to be as, because it like if I go back at them with that same level, I feel like it just kind of heightens things, and then someone gets injured, whatever. So but
that's a good
generally,
point.
like if it's someone the same, like a blue belt or higher, or someone closer to my experience level, then yeah, I agree. I do the same thing where I try to match that same energy level. So you two get a good flow going, you know?
Yeah, I think it should be 100% speed, 10% strength, you know? So if you're that good, it's like speed. Like me and Jordan will roll. I'll try to go like full speed, but not 100% strength, or I'm not gonna crank on an arm bar or something like that, you know? Like I have that kind of restraint. I try not to go for submissions like that, because I'm trying to see how I flow and how I can I be consistent and stuff like that, instead of okay, there's an arm right there, I'm gonna rip it apart. No, I don't. I'm kind of tired of that. I'm getting older. I can't be doing that kind of stuff, you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could grab somebody and then do it, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I want to learn, pretty much, you know.
And I think
that's why my ass is an old ass white belt.
I think for me, especially when I roll against women, I don't like give them things, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that's fair either. Because I think a lot of times, especially when guys roll against women, like, oh, she's a woman, she's smaller, let me like, you know, kind of go slowly, let me give her the arm bar, let me give her the submission. I'm like, no, you have to fight for it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna crush you, you know, because that's just not fair. Because I mean, I know I can win by doing that with strength or by crushing someone, but that's not fair. And also same thing with someone who's smaller than me. Like I'm not gonna just go all out and crush them.
Right. Like you don't like, we're training, okay? But yet I'm not giving you freebies just to make you feel better.
Exactly.
I might talk to you like, come on, keep going, or keep pushing. But yeah, I'm gonna motivate you like that. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, here's my arm, take it. No, I'm not doing that to you. I'm not giving you like that. You know?
I mean, with lower belts, I may give them a hard time the first couple of rolls just to, you know, just to tire them out and just to see how well they do under pressure, because I think that's a really important thing, especially for like white belts. Like how well do you handle pressure, you know, being under pressure and someone coming at you constantly.
Under pressure. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. No karaoke there.
That's the truly talking. That's the truly talking.
That's right, it is. Wait till the rum comes, and then we get I'll sing a whole song for you.
Yeah, you know,
that was just a teaser.
So it's something that I saw that I didn't like this week during training was y'all know Michaela, like then she's actually pretty good, but when we roll, I don't use pressure and I don't use my strength advantage. So we have a very fast back and forth. So after I rolled with her, she switched in with a new gentleman that I'd never seen before. Husky guy, like broader than me, arms just massive. And he forced her on the ground and just sat on her in a mount. And I looked over and I watched this whole thing play out, and I was like, that's silly. Like, you don't get anything out of it. She doesn't get anything out of it. There's no technique being exercised here.
And also, you don't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I almost switched with her. I was like, you know what? You take my partner. I want my hands on him.
Right. Let me beat his ass.
Yeah, but
you also have there's no point to prove. It's like, because there is always somebody who can beat the crap out of you. Like, then you gotta, I don't know, maybe some people haven't reached that point in the jiu-jitsu journey, but you got to realize somebody is out there. There's always somebody out there. No matter what academy you go to, there's always that one person who can whoop your ass. So you got to be humble.
There's always a Yana out there.
Yeah.
Look at that glow.
Thanks, guys.
Look at that glow. Look at that glow. Look at that glow. Woo, look at that glow.
But you know, Yana used to kick my ass.
Y'all
weekly.
be putting hurting on people, man.
Yeah.
She's hurt me a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's kicked
I'm
my
more
ass
calm
too.
now. I'm more calm now. Now I'm just like, I just don't want to get hurt. I mean, I'm like, I barely trained this week and I feel pretty broken. So I guess I'm at that age now. Right.
Yeah, when you came back, I was like, oh, this isn't the same Yana.
No, I'm less
she's not
aggressive.
whooping my
Well, I'm a
ass.
mother now, so I feel like I have
Yeah.
a different
Well,
perspective on things.
that
once
motherly
you-
instinct came in.
once you have kids, everything slows down.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like just my like mentality has changed a bit. I'm less, I guess, angry.
Angry.
You know, I mean, I was definitely when I first started jiu-jitsu, I was very angry at like just life, I guess. And I feel like maybe this is a similar story for a lot of people where they try something new, especially like particularly martial arts, because they just have a lot of anger. They have a chip on their shoulder and they like just need to like let it out, you know, somehow. And I think that's what kind of drove me those first couple of years was just like, you know, personal circumstances were, you know, making me angry.
Yeah.
So
I would
I
say-
let that out on the mat and on my training partner. So for anybody I may have inadvertently hurt during this years, I'm sorry.
Nah, keep it gangster. Tell him you deserve these pieces of shit.
I would say,
I'm kidding.
I would say the old Yana, you used to beat yourself up a lot about not. Yeah, you definitely
that
did.
too. Not only other people, but myself too.
Yeah,
Probably myself worse than other people.
yeah.
I feel you. I feel you on that one, Yana. I'm the same way. Till this day, I still, you know, struggle with some demons here and there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people who are angry at the world, a lot of that is just projection, you know, because they're angry at themselves. And I definitely, you know, just like was hard on myself and was kind of really upset about the position I was in life. So, you know, it's just like all kinds of negative thinking. But I'm glad, you know, and I think that martial arts helps with anybody who's struggling with that kind of, I guess, chapter in their life where they're going through a really rough patch or they just went through a rough patch. I'm talking to you out there. It really helps like calm you down and humble you. It gives you an outlet for that aggression anger and like a safe space.
Yeah.
And then like over time, you just like, it makes you a more calm centered person, you know, you don't, and I found that when I did jiu-jitsu, I didn't think about all that other stuff in my personal life. Like when you're doing jiu-jitsu, all you can think about is like rolling in that moment and not getting arm barred, you know, really focus is like think in the moment, be in the moment and not think about.
I think also it gives you, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it also gives you that camaraderie, and you know, you as cliche as it may sound, you have like a jiu-jitsu family. You have, you know, I'm sure
system.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like when you weren't training, you missed all of us, right?
Dude, I missed training so much when I couldn't, but you know, no regrets. But yeah, no, I was like I couldn't wait to get back into it. I probably like got back. I'm probably jumping in too fast and too deep right now, but that's why I feel broken. But yeah, no, I missed it. I missed that community that you feel. You know,
Yeah, I because you know I've been on and off. You know, sometimes you won't see me for a couple months. Sometimes you won't see me for a whole year. But like Yana said, you know, we were angry back then. You know, there's been times where shit, I've broken down, I've cried and stuff like that.
Oh my God, I'm sure you guys have probably Wale, you definitely have, I'm sure. Like I would cry at the gym on
Yeah.
several occasions because I'd
Yep.
be so mad, mostly at myself and how I thought I did during the training. But it was, you know, it wasn't just that. It was usually like an accumulation of things
Other stuff.
in my
Yeah.
personal life, and that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. But martial
Yeah.
arts will do that to you. It will like push you to that emotional breaking point where
Like,
it's like just everything comes out.
yeah, like you'll
That
see
was
like
embarrassing.
like you'll see that person that, you know, after a good session, they're in the corner or they're on the side or they're leaning against the wall and they're just looking at the great abyss, thinking about who knows whatever
Yeah.
they're thinking about, you know, whatever problems or stuff like that. I get that. I see those people a lot, and it's like, all right, let that person be. Let them have their moments and let them come back.
Yeah.
And then when they come back, it's like, oh, okay, we're happy. Blah blah blah.
Mm.
You
But
know?
like you said, Frankie, check on them. You know, check
Yeah,
on your
I
jiu-jitsu
mean,
brothers and sisters. Like, you know,
yeah,
it's you don't know
yeah.
what they're going through. So I think that's a big big point that I took from you. And you know, it's definitely something that I'm gonna try and do more often. Because it's you're right. It's just like you gotta, we're jiu-jitsu family. So
Yeah.
Like, and not even just jujitsu, any martial arts. And
Kumbaya.
just, or even if you're not a martial artist, go if you know somebody, you know, go reach out, you know, and stuff like that. Because I suffer through depression, I have anxiety, I have a bunch of other stuff that you know, go through my mind. I'm not. People see me, it's like, oh, Frankie's happy-go-lucky, yeah, in front of people's eyes, but behind,
Yeah. No, everybody's
closed
going through
doors,
something.
you got
Yeah.
something going on, man.
Yeah.
But like you know, like Wale and stuff like that. This is why these gyms are here. This is why, you know, and these communities are here we're here for you guys, you know.
Yeah.
We do this podcast. Maybe hopefully someday some guy is gonna come to us like, yo, we heard you guys, and you know, I did suffer through depression, I did suffer through something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, well, man, like let's fight it out on the mat.
Yeah, we might fuck each other up on the mat, but
no,
then,
seriously, I mean,
I'll love you after that. Yeah.
I feel like that's the best medication. Like, forget all the fucking pills that Big Pharma is trying to push down your throat. Go to a gym. Go train in martial arts. That will beat all those demons out of you.
Yeah, and then go have Trulies with Thomas at the.
Yeah, exactly. Some Trulies and some rum.
Exactly.
I'm switching to the rum now, guys. I've moved past my aperitivo. I am now onto the main meal. So cheers. Wait, what are you drinking, Frankie? I feel like we already went through all this.
It was rum and Coke, like a true person. I'm about to go get some more, so I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Well,
I had bourbon with some simple syrup and a splash of ginger beer.
Oh,
wait a minute. Did you say you had scissor?
Nope. I said I had. I don't have the ingredients for scissor, fortunately.
Yana's totally confused.
Yeah, I am. Like, what?
Scissor. You never heard of scissor? You have to. It's like cough medicine that people used to drink
because it has.
Yeah, because it has like the codeine in it, and it's called scissor because you're slurring your speech after you drink it.
Oh no, I've never heard. No, I haven't.
Yeah,
you gotta listen. You gotta listen to more rap music from the 90s.
From the 90s, okay. I'll make sure to do that. I'll add that to my playlist. What about you, Thomas? Did you get your drink yet?
No, I'm actually really hungry right now, so I'm just gonna wait.
Okay. Oh no, this is the best time to drink because this is when you actually feel it.
Well, I actually have
stomach is empty.
I have an errands to do.
Not that
afterward.
I'm trying to suggest to anybody out there, all you young kids out there, make sure there's food in your stomach before you drink. But Thomas, not you.
Wait, how about you don't drink?
Or don't drink. Don't drink at all. Depending on your
still.
age. I mean, 21-year-olds are kids to me now. So
yeah. There's on so my
Thomas
daughter,
is like, I'm gonna have to delete all of this.
Actually, no. Nobody has broken the 2 rules. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, but I'm gonna look bad.
My daughter was telling me that they're learning about 9/11 in school,
Mhm.
and her teacher told her that she was in second grade when 9/11 happened. So I was like, oh my God, you're like 29. I think she was like 29. My daughter's teacher was like 29 or 28. It's like, oh my God, that's so young.
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Teachers and
it's
young
crazy.
teachers?
It's like crazy to think that was
Like youngins.
freaking
Yeah.
20.
And then there was someone
Yo,
else I met that I was like, literally, I could be the person's father.
Yeah, dude, I go to my daughter's school sometimes. Nope. them some young.
It reminds you how old you
Yeah.
are, Frankie? Is that what
Yo,
you're saying?
my-
You're an
my
old
bone-
man.
My bones tend to hurt, you know.
Just
forget
seeing
I-
them, I'm like, oh, I'm old.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they probably look at us like, look at these old guys, and we're like, we're not even that young. Old.
Yeah, like, man, I'm hip. I'm hip. What do you listen to
No.
these days? I listen to that too.
No.
Hello, fellow teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I work at a shop, and the guy next to me, he's like 22, 23 years old, and I'm like, fuck, I'm old. And I'm like, and then he starts playing music, and I'm listening to his music, and I'm like, what is this garbage?
Dude,
Mhm.
if you
What,
want
like,
to hear,
I'm like, turn that shit down. And I'm like,
you want to hear some garbage? Listen to there's this artist. She's called PP Cocaine.
PP cocaine.
The letter P, and cocaine, all one word. Google
Like,
it.
who does it?
Wait, are you talking about the artist?
Oh, hold
Yes.
on. Hold on. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here.
Are you talking about the
Hold on.
artist?
She's about to
Wait,
get on this real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Come over here. Explain who is this?
Isn't it like an artist?
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
You know who you
I
talking?
think so. I think like they did like a song with this one person I used to listen to.
See. What is one of the name of the song?
You
Oh,
can't
shit.
even say.
Or can you sing it? Can you like give us a little?
No.
No,
Sir?
she's not allowed to.
No.
She's not allowed to. She knows the rules.
No.
All right, bye. Have a nice day. No. My daughter's very, very well behaved around me. So it's like she knows that she can't say bad words and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she
around you.
yeah, around me, but she still knows that she still needs to be respectful and stuff like that.
Mhm,
Yeah,
that's
but-
good. Yeah.
That's good.
Y'all have met my kid. Y'all have met.
Sure,
y'all-
I
Frankie,
haven't.
Can you raise my kids, Frankie?
They'll be like, Dad.
just give them to you.
They'll be like, Dad. No, you're a good dad. Everybody here is a good parent.
Yeah. Oh,
Right,
shit, yeah,
so-
we're all parents.
Hold on, wait a minute. Thomas is questionable because he drinks Trulies.
At
And
least
he
my
doesn't even
kids
have a drink
don't.
right now. He doesn't even have a drink right now.
He said
Like
at
this is
least
my
Cruiser
kids
don't.
BJJ, and he's the host, and he doesn't have a drink. Like, what's
See?
going on with that, Thomas? You need to fix that.
You know what? Fine. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wale, what are you drinking?
Well, what is this? It's a bourbon with some simple syrup and splash of ginger beer. So
You're drinking fancy.
yeah.
I think we need to do a podcast at a bar. Like what?
Ooh.
What? At a bar?
That's
At a
good-
bar.
Oh, that'd be really noisy. I don't know how you'd like.
Or-
No. Like we close down we'll have them like, hey, can you guys give us like maybe towards the end of the
Or
night
like
when
a
they close
private
up
room or after hours or something.
after hours, like give us an hour or something like that. That'd be dope.
Or we do rotated podcasts at each person's house.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could.
I feel like that's less of an interesting idea.
Yeah, because Yana
That's
be like,
interesting.
Twister.
Yeah, right. Like bring out the twister, bring out the board games.
Yeah. Everyone quiet, the baby's sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Those
I'm
were
gonna
good-
be.
Those were good parties, dude.
No, yeah, those were
You
good
can't
times
do it like that.
for sure.
You can't do it
Those
like
were
that.
crazy times.
The
but they were
Halloween
good times.
parties. I remember the Halloween parties.
Halloween
fun.
parties, the just the random parties, just going out. Were you Wally, were you there when Gonzalo was still around?
Yeah.
And we would go out into these
Yeah.
Were you there that night where like
The fight?
Gonzalo got into a fight with
Yep,
some
I was
random
there.
dude and like a
I was
shoe
there.
randomly threw up in the air?
Yeah,
I was there.
Oh, you were
Uh-huh.
there too?
yeah.
That was
Dude, good.
crazy.
I was this man's like, nobody hurt this dude because you gotta deal
Who?
with me.
With Gonzalo or with
Yeah.
like the victim of the brutality?
With Gonzalo.
Okay, because I remember even Kelsey like jumped on his back like
Yeah.
a monkey. It was
And then
crazy.
I think someone did like a double leg takedown or something. It's just like,
It was a mess. It was a hot mess.
Yeah,
That was funny. That was the
This was
best
what
night
in
of my
like
life.
what is this in Adams Morgan? Where were we?
yeah, it was an
No,
Adams
no,
Morgan.
yeah, it wasn't
Wait,
Adams.
yeah, it was
No,
Adams
no, 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 no,
Morgan.
no, no, no. It was in Arlington.
It
No,
was in
actually, wait,
Arlington?
hold on.
I think it was A
Uh,
Town,
I'm
wasn't it?
pretty sure it was in DC.
No, it was in DC. It was on.
I was
I
so
think it was
tore
on. Was it on U? I think it might have been on U Street. There's this place on U Street that you go
I know
upstairs.
for sure it was in DC. Yeah.
You go upstairs and then it's like a
Yeah.
it's like a
Yes.
restaurant.
There's like a
and there's
rooftop bar
a
kind of
rooftop.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, it was on U
Yes.
Street. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was tore up that night too. God damn.
yeah.
Thomas, you
can't
missed
party
that night. This was back when Gonzalo. I don't know. When did you start at Pentagon?
No, I
when,
think he started after Gonzalo was there.
No, I met Gonzalo.
After Gonzalo.
I
yeah.
was there when Gonzalo was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were talking about this one famous night where Gonzalo like went crazy on. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Is this breaking a rule? I don't know.
No, because you're not talking trash about him.
No,
Hey,
I'm
Gonzalo,
not.
not trying to talk shit, just bringing up some nights that we had before.
Yeah,
but
just
we-
no,
just this
you're
one
awesome.
night.
No, it was just like a crazy night where everybody like there was a big bar fight and
Yeah.
like everybody
Well,
was involved.
The dude started it. There's some
Yeah.
guy at
he
the
was
bar.
like he was very
like,
aggressive and like pushing people and
yeah.
pushing
I think he was
Kelsey
like
and pushing
trying
me
to.
and just being a creep.
I think he was like trying to talk to one of you all, and he was just like
Mhm.
not. You know, you
And Gonzalo
guys,
was like, "Hey, dude,
they're not
heck?"
interested. Stop talking. Yeah.
yeah." And the guy and that's when he like pushed Gonzalo and then Gonzalo was just like,
Yeah.
"Ah,"
And see, that goes back
being
to the thing.
red.
It's like you never know what somebody's skill level is.
Yeah,
So don't
exactly.
fuck with people. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just like
Just
On
people
that-
don't fuck with me
Yeah.
in general.
On that note, let me tell you something. The worst beating I got in the last 2 weeks was from a 12-year-old girl.
Aw, that's cute. Who was it? Oh wait, are we allowed to say? Are we allowed to ask who it was? Was it at Sugi's gym?
Yeah, it was at Sugi's gym.
yeah.
She trains with the adults, her and her brother.
Mm.
I did not realize
is
she
this
was.
the one who's always showing? Yeah, she's feisty little one.
Yeah, she beat the hell out of me.
Uh-oh. She was feeling angry that day.
I was throwing around bad jokes, so I figured she was
That's-
like,
yeah.
"Can you shut up,
I
please?"
hate your effing jokes.
Yeah.
You
So what are you
old man,
drinking now,
shut up.
Thomas? Host of Booze and BJJ podcast.
Panamanian rum, straight on ice.
Nice.
Well, it's not straight. it's
Cheers.
on ice.
No, that's
So,
on the rocks, man. If it's on ice, it's on the rocks. What is your? Oh, sorry.
It might look like
That's so funny. I like that one. Now
Speaking
we're always
of-
going to be wondering. What were you going to say,
speaking of,
Wale? Oh, sorry.
go
What?
ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I want to drink, but it's downstairs. We're moving to a different house in DC,
Mhm.
and in that house, my office is right next to the kitchen, so that would be helpful. Right now, I'm too lazy to walk downstairs.
Yeah.
You're still in
Yana.
VA, right, Yana?
hmm Yeah, I'm in Alexandria,
Oh, what part?
Lincolnia.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like equidistant between Annandale and Arlington.
Yeah.
So
So
it's a pretty good spot.
going
hold on
back,
real quick. Hold on
ahead.
real quick. Going back to the fights at TCB, there was these like 14, 15-year-olds there. Beast. Upcoming killers,
I
man.
bet.
Upcoming killers, man. And it was
Yeah.
an exhibition.
You feeling that drink?
I put a lot of liquor in. Y'all know what I mean. Yeah, but yeah, they did pretty good, and those are upcoming champions.
Yeah.
Man. Tell you what.
You know what? I just realized we haven't been talking about the actual subject that was supposed to.
Sometimes it just let's just let it flow, man. This is
Yeah,
what
no.
this is what makes
roll-
this
flow
beautiful,
rolling.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if we talk about the subject, great, but sometimes you gotta let people wind down.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
let's get back on subject.
Yeah, no, but I am like, I'm legitimately interested in like other people's opinions about the subject, because like Thomas and I talked about it in the last podcast, and I want to get other input and like
Yeah. I
um
have something to talk about after that. So that's good.
Hold on. What I want to say is, I like putting people in uncomfortable situations to put them in a comfortable situation. Makes sense? So for these
what?
ladies, it's like, all right, I'm gonna be pressuring you. I'm gonna be not hurting you, but like making you feel uncomfortable, training to make you comfortable.
Yeah.
So that
Makes
eventually
sense.
you're comfortable being uncomfortable. Gotcha. Mhm. Yeah, that's what they teach you in the military too. Like you have to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like a big thing.
And there's no better way than somebody on top of you in mount position, or someone like putting all the pressure on top of you. That
Yeah. Or
or
they're
they-
like hairy, sweaty chest in your face.
Yep.
Yeah, like what I did to Wole that one down.
Sure.
Didn't tap. But I put all that pressure on him. I was like, "Chew."
But
Make your
but
work.
again,
Let's
I
make.
think it needs to be reinforced though. You know, the purpose of training, in my opinion, has always been skill acquisition. You know, getting somebody in mount or getting on top of them so they can get used to pressure is perfectly fine. But I feel like a lot of guys take it a little bit too far,
Mhm.
especially a lot of
Mhm.
beginners. You know, just to
Mhm.
reiterate what I
Yeah.
was probably said earlier, you know, when I met Yana when I was a 240-pound white belt, if I put all my weight on her and just belly flopped on her, I mean, I guess she couldn't move, but at the same time, I probably would have broken something on her,
Yeah.
you know. And at the
See,
same time, go ahead.
I like training with smaller females because it shows me control. I need to show control. Like,
Mm.
you know, that's the lesson that I'm getting out of it when I'm training with like females and stuff like that. Yes, I'm gonna go 100%, but with control. You know,
Mhm.
like when that bell rings, boom, you gotta stop. You know.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
it's important to catch these white belts when they're fresh and young, to teach them the ways. Because a lot of times, I mean, we've all been there. You start out, you spaz out, and you don't know how to control your body and all that stuff. So I think it's important to try and sort of guide, especially new white belts to that point, so that they can get to that point quicker than you may have gone to that point of just like control and relaxing and.
Yeah. And body awareness too. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Like where your limbs are, and if you're in a unsteady position, how to get yourself back into a good foundation, like because there are some times where you're falling over and you accidentally like fall on the person in a weird way. And that can be avoided when you learn more body control and learning how to fall and how to avoid falling, and just being like more aware of your body.
Yeah. And what's great for that? Judo. Like
really?
So so there's I've been doing judo now for like a few, like maybe about a month now consistently. And
where do you go?
DC Judo.
Okay.
It's a judo club. Yeah, and it's funny because it's like, although I have all this experience, and this was kind of what I wanted to talk about earlier. Although I have all this experience, BJJ, I'm coming into judo as a white belt. and people
Nice,
are
there you
looking at
go.
me. They're looking at me as a white belt. They're like, oh, I'm not sure if I should. So like a lot of times, like I'll go with them, and they're like, they had Randori, which is kind of like the rolling, and there was a black belt there. He was like, oh, is this guy okay with this? And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it's frustrating because I'm a white belt in judo, but I get it. I'm not gonna like spaz out and do all this stuff that a regular white belt would do. So it's just kind of frustrating.
But now that
I'm
guy's looking at you the same way that you
Yeah.
look at white belts in
Yeah, like,
jiu-jitsu, and
I'm
it's
at
like,
the
no, I
bottom.
promise, man. Like,
Exactly.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
I'm at the bottom, and I'm just like, no, I'm cool. I'm not gonna hurt you. I know how to control my body, and
See,
I was also like rolling.
undercover white belt right there.
I was also rolling against I was also doing like Randori against like a green belt, and he had been doing it for a few months. And he was just like breathing so hard, and he was like so tense, and just like, okay, you got to relax. You gotta just kind of like go with the flow and relax. But again, judo would definitely teach you how to control your body, because if you fall wrong, you will hurt yourself. Or if you throw someone wrong, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And if you like tense up too much, and you get thrown, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they know Sugi there?
I should ask. They probably do. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, speaking of white belts, so at Chantilly, I think you've seen her, Frankie. I think you've seen her too, Yana. There's a older lady who wears a white belt. She's a little thicker than normal. And come to find out, long story short, that she's got a heavy judo background. And I saw her just walloping a few people like yesterday. And it was actually funny because they see her wearing a white belt and they're like, oh, you're a white belt. And then they start
I think I
rolling.
know who you're talking about, because I think you mentioned her before, but I
It's-
don't remember like what her name is.
It's Master Mia's sister.
Oh.
Master Mia's
Shut the
sister. Oh,
fuck
no
up.
wonder.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I haven't seen him in a
Okay.
while.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, where is he these days?
He's doing a tour of America, let's put it that way. On an 18-wheeler. He does transit or something like that. He's driving 18-wheelers.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that's fun.
Yeah, I missed those classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I've
did some gymnastics classes.
Yeah.
I've rolled with Master Mia one time, man. That was the most painful
I
night of
believe
my
it.
life.
Yeah.
That dude's insane.
I believe it.
So Yana, his older son was in class earlier.
Today?
Yes.
Yeah, Dago is one of his old. If you go look at my TikTok, he's the one I'm training.
I don't have TikTok. Sorry.
I have TikTok.
I
Listen,
refuse.
I listen. I got you. No, I promise you. Once your kid gets older and TikTok's still around, you're gonna get on TikTok. Because I'm not
gonna let her get on TikTok. No, that's not happening.
I got it as a joke, trying to follow my kid. Forget about it. Now I'm a TikToker.
Well, we'll see.
I mean,
we'll see.
I don't do the dances, but I do show like the like Muay Thai and
you gotta
the
do the
jiu-jitsu.
dances, man.
Right? Like, why be on TikTok if you're not going to do the dances? Like,
Because
hello.
if I do the dances, there's going to be a lot of jiggles somewhere, and I don't want to do the jiggles.
There's a market for that.
Wait, so Thomas, who was it? Who was
OnlyFans?
Master Mia's older son? You said.
So you remember the two guys that came in later and they
kind
were
of late, yeah.
Yeah, not the pale one, but the darker skin one with the facial hair.
Pull them up. Put them on the screen there.
How old is he?
I know who you're talking about. You know, I noticed that he had really good skill level, but he was like, this doesn't seem like a jujitsu, but he had some good technique, and I was surprised by it. I do remember that, and I know who you're talking about. It's not, yeah, the one with the facial hair. No, I know exactly who you're talking about. But if you want to do that too.
How old is he? Yeah.
He's like 21 or 22.
21. Me and him hung out a lot. And I trained him for one of the tournaments and he came in gold.
No, nice.
Remember that time? I was putting up videos and stuff like that. And that's I
Jiu-jitsu
was training
tournament or
jiu-jitsu tournament, and we did some strength and conditioning. He wanted to get a little bit stronger, so I helped him out with that.
I kind of fed him to Batsura earlier because he was a little slacking off a little bit.
Yeah.
when's the
Huh?
testudo thing?
So I'm thinking
Isn't
about
it Sunday?
Sunday.
This Sunday?
I mean, I'm going this Sunday probably.
What
But-
time?
Noon.
No.
But the group one is probably going to be on I think it's the 8th.
Okay.
Wait, okay, hold on a second. You said that you were hosting some kind of open mat at Testudo. When is that and where is that?
That's on April 8th or the weekend of April 8th on Sunday at noon.
I'm not going to be there. That's when I leave for Kentucky.
But
What's in Kentucky? What the hell's in,
Kentucky.
what the hell's in Kentucky?
Army training.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I had to do some training. It's going to be 3 weeks long. And this is going to be the longest time. I mean, I haven't been away from Lila for even like an entire, not even one night. So it's going to be.
That's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Is she on your hip?
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm
Mm.
teleworking. So every day I'm here. And
Yeah.
if she spends time with family, it's only for a few hours during the day. And then it's always, back, I wake her up every morning kind of thing. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
How old is she?
I'm actually more like I know I don't need to be worried about her, but I still am because I have, the mother's protective instinct or whatever you want to call it. I'm like, I'm not going to be there to make her feel comfortable like the mother would, like I know I could, and then like if anything bad happens, I'm not going to be there to like help protect her kind of thing. That's like what my mind is going through right now.
You call Frankie, he'll come.
Yeah, he'll know what to do.
Frankie
old
knows
is she?
it all.
Say again.
How old is she?
She's 10 months. She's going to be, I can't
Oh,
believe she's going to
shit,
be
so
a year.
She's a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to be a year in 2 months.
Don't worry,
Luckily,
man.
I
She'll be
mean,
choking
I
us out
scheduled
soon.
this. I scheduled this so that it was before her first birthday because I don't want to miss that.
Yeah.
But I had to do it like within this. I had to do it sooner than later, for like personal and professional reasons. But yeah, I mean, I had the opportunity to do this like a couple months ago, and I was like, that's too soon. Like she's too young. That's too soon, for me to be away from her for that long. But I mean, she'll be okay. I know at the end of the day, like rationally, she'll be fine. And like, how many other military families are out there, and their kids
Doing
are
They probably
same
have,
thing.
they probably have even 10 times worse.
Yeah, exactly. I'm reserved, so it's really like not that big of a deal. I'm not gone for a
Yeah.
year like that, so
No,
she'll be fine. I know that.
She'll be
Will
fine.
I be fine? I don't know. I might be depressed during those 3 weeks. Who knows? We'll see.
you
But-
call us. You call us.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be on this. I'll do this podcast. It'll lift my spirits.
Yeah.
Lift my spirits.
One of the things that I've always harped
Was that
on
a
is-
mom joke?
Mhm.
Yeah. But one of the things I've always like made it a point to point out is that we're training partners. We have a time investment in each other at minimum. At maximum, we also have friendships going on and are intertwined with other people we train with. So it's imperative that we check up on each other to make sure we're all okay.
Yeah.
Because if we're down and we don't feel like training, that's one less person that we can talk to, one less person that's on the mat. So and that's the low level reasons, but there's more reasons I'm not going to get into, but we just need to make sure each other's okay, because
Listen, you're gonna make me cry right now.
for some people,
I'm kidding.
people at the gym is basically
Remind
all that
me.
they got.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. No, it's so difficult making friends when you're an adult. Like, I don't know why it's so difficult, but it just like, I guess we're just stuck in our own ways
Yeah.
at that point. And like, we're so involved in our families
Yeah.
for whatever reason. It's really tough to make friends as an adult, and like
Yeah.
a hobby like this or a sport like this is different than like
It's-
going to a fucking CrossFit gym or something. Because you're actually interacting, you're like actually interacting with the people
Yeah.
you're training with, like really interacting in the most like interactive way.
Yeah. So it's funny. My daughter, like when we went over to our new house, my daughter, we were in the yard and the neighbors' kids came by the fence. And they have like twins. The neighbors have twins, and they're about my daughter's age, about 7. And she just started talking to them, and just had a conversation with them, and they're just chatting back and forth like they knew each other. And then when we were leaving, my daughter was saying, can I have a sleepover with them? I was just like, you just met them. You got to know them better than that. But it's just, I think there's something.
Maybe that's what it is too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something so amazing and refreshing about watching kids play. Or like my daughter might be at the playground. She was at the playground with a friend of hers, and some other kid came over and was like, can I play? And they're like, yeah. And they introduced themselves. They just started playing like they knew each
Yeah.
other.
Once we become adults, we're just like, who the fuck are you?
Like,
Exactly.
basically.
well, it
like,
gets,
no.
it gets
don't
weird.
like you.
I don't know if you guys have this experience, but like outside of the gym, or even outside of the dance circles I used to be in, if I walk over and start like even talking to somebody, like an adult, just out of curiosity or because I want to make a new friend, they look at me like I'm crazy.
It's that
And-
East Coast thing.
And at my
They look at you like you have some ulterior motive.
right. And at my kids' birthdays, when the kids' birthday parties and all the parents are kind of in the periphery, like ever since I started going to those birthday parties, all the other dads stay away from me. And it only well, let me rephrase. That only started after I started doing jujitsu and lost 30-40 pounds. Like they started staying away from me. They wouldn't talk to me. I was like a walking
Jelly.
plague to them, So at the last birthday party I went to, I started walking over and trying to actually just like participate in the conversations that they're having, and they would all look away from me like I'm some sort of like leper.
Oh my gosh, it's here. What is he? Yeah.
And I come to find out it's because apparently there's a notion in this area that if you have any level of fitness after a certain age, that you're immature.
What?
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about this, and that doesn't make any sense to me.
No. That doesn't
You're
make
going through
sense.
Like that's
midlife
complete
crisis.
opposite. Like you're actually trying to take care of your body.
You know what that is? That's just them being jealous, dude.
Yeah,
They can't do the things you do. So
like one of
Yeah.
Lars's best friends, his dad, like I tried to be this guy's friend, but he's like super not masculine, which is okay. Like I'm not the most masculine guy. But when we start talking about like our hobbies and what we did with the kids over the weekend, I'm like, yeah, I took my kids fishing and I showed them how to choke people. What did you do? Well, I sang a cappella with the boys and let them watch Frozen. It's like, that's what's
Yeah, I
up.
like Frozen. I like that movie.
I like that movie. But like it was like he refused to have any kind of friendship or any kind of connection with me.
well,
And
maybe
I-
he just felt that you two just have completely dissimilar interests, and he's just
Yeah.
like, this isn't gonna work.
Or a lot of people don't understand jujitsu or martial arts.
Yeah, but
Especially, I mean, I feel like jujitsu is really like Not that well known.
Also, like, I'm friends with people that I have nothing in common with. And, we're really good friends,
Yeah,
I'll sit there and listen to them
see?
talk and, about their interests that I have no experience with. And they'll sit there and listen to me talk about like choking you guys out. And it's cool.
I mean, you gotta also admit that jiu-jitsu folks, we are a bit obsessive over about talking about jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Helio Gracie?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Because I got adopted to jiu-jitsu. Okay, I was born Muay Thai. All right, screw you guys.
Hey, you're sitting here talking about it, right?
Now
A
you're
little bit.
MMA. You're a hybrid, Frankie.
All right,
Do you
this
do that
rum.
MMA?
Like me and Thomas are two different people. He drinks Trulies. I drink, real drinks.
Ooh, shots fired. Are you gonna take that, Thomas?
He is. Look at him.
You gonna take that?
I got nothing. I'm feeling this rum actually.
That
Yeah,
was
it's
a
kinda-
direct hit, Frankie.
it
A
is-
direct
it
hit.
is-
Good job.
It is
Sharpshooter over
kinda-
here.
That wasn't
It
a
is kinda
normal
weird
Truly
about-
though.
about, like,
Doogie
choking
himself
people
Stop.
handed me that
Well,
Truly.
he's trying to talk about something important, guys.
Hold on. Wait.
okay?
Hold on. Wait. Give me a second. What kind of Truly was it?
It was a truly
Well-
given to him by what the one and only Sugi.
Doogie
What
gave it to me.
flavor though? What flavor?
Berry.
What
He's
Huh?
like, the podcast's over.
right. Click. Bye.
Bye.
What were you trying to say, Wally? You were trying to say something important.
No, I was just like saying it's just kind of funny to tell people that you choke people and you like getting choked. Yeah,
I know. Some people could read that
I
the
would
wrong
look at someone.
way.
Yeah, if I wasn't into jiu-jitsu, I would probably look at someone strange for saying that.
Yeah.
I
If you
like
said
when
those exact words.
Well,
I like, I like picking on my kid, and then her friends like, yo, that's my dad, and he's scary looking or whatever, But really, I'm not. I'm a sweetheart. But I don't want their parents talking to me either. I'm like, okay, screw you guys. And if you do
No.
talk to me, you're like one of the real ones.
Mm.
That's
Oh,
why
but-
you have jiu-jitsu friends.
No, I think that
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu is very misunderstood or not like even known. So it's like one of those forms of martial arts that really, unless you're you're involved in martial arts or you do some form of martial arts you have some familiarity with, or like otherwise you know it as UFC, or you don't know anything about it at all, or you've seen it at some point and you're like, oh, what is that? Like, that's gross. Or that's
mean,
intimate. Ew.
Yeah,
So-
I know a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of people over sexualize it, like people who are not familiar with
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu at all.
sure.
And that's another one of my points that I want to bring up with this, like training with the opposite sex, is that I've met a few people who over sexualize it. And it's like, I'm not thinking about that at all when I'm training. Like, I'm just thinking about not getting arm barred and not getting choked out. And
Yeah.
like
or I'm gonna
practicing good
armbar
technique.
you.
So
Right.
one of the questions I always get is like, especially from coworkers when I tell them about jujitsu, they're like, well, is it co-ed? And I tell them it is. And they're like, so what happens if you encounter a young lady or whatever who's extremely attractive? What happens then?
don't.
And it's
You
like,
Nothing happens. You
nothing.
fucking
Nothing.
train and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
oh, that's the shit.
So
And like being a female in the sport, that shit is so frustrating to me.
yeah.
It's like, I'm training a sport just like any other sport.
Now,
So
don't get me
when
wrong.
my,
Don't hold on. Wait a minute.
No.
Now, if don't get me wrong. If you find true love while doing your favorite sport, ain't nothing wrong with it. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's
Yeah,
sexual.
but
Off
when
the-
you're on the
off the-
mat and
off
you're
the mat,
training,
yeah.
that's it. Like true love happens. What is going on with your hair? You got some gel in there or something? Anyway, true love happens off the mat, like when you go out for beers, but it should always, And this is another thing that Tom and I talked about in the last podcast is like, I have definitely met some guys who use jujitsu, and I'm sure some women out there exist as well, who use jujitsu to like hit on people.
Yeah.
Or like make it into something. And those people like ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
Because then all those outsiders who are saying like, oh, it's too intimate and like you guys, you know, you're just thinking about like it's too sexual, blah, 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 whatever. They justify those people. People who actually like take advantage and use the sport as a way to like lead them to hookups or like flirt or whatever. And it's like, no, dude, like I really just want to train. That's it. Like, don't fucking ruin this, you know. And there've definitely been a few males. Well, I mean, I've only ever really trained at Pentagon. I mean, there've been a couple that I've met at other gyms who like have done the same thing. And it's like, please just stop. Just stop. Like, can we please just focus on training? And I think, I mean, you guys are probably haven't being men, like you haven't probably had that same exact experience that I have. Maybe Thomas, maybe you have. I don't know, I see your finger up. But I can tell you for sure, being a female in the sport, because it's a male-dominated sport, I've definitely had my fair share of that, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's like, I don't fucking want that.
Yeah,
So-
I don't like how these women look at me in Muay Thai when I'm doing this.
in
I
those
kick
shorts.
and my
I
little
feel
short shorts.
objectified.
How dare
So it's
you?
funny, like when my daughter was younger, maybe she was like 3 or 4, you know, she sees me going to BJJ classes. She'll tell people, my daddy does BJ classes. She would forget the extra J. And we had to keep reminding her, no,
That
it's
does not help.
BJJ. I know. And it's just like people look at me strange, like I didn't even know their classes for
It's
that.
like, okay, this got awkward. Let me explain.
So, real quick, I have had one experience which got like sexual rather quickly, and I was trying to get Frankie to help me out.
Oh, that's
But
right.
he-
You told me about this.
He was in the room and he ignored me. But anyways, long story short, there
I was
was
getting hard that night.
say what?
I think
I
while
was
I
getting hard or something like that.
Oh,
Huh? But
no. So long story short, we had a guest purple belt from Mexico City who was visiting. He insisted on partnering with me. He was wearing a white belt because he forgot his belt and his gi, and he bought one from the gym. Anyways, he insisted on partnering with me. Everything was going fine. We started joking around. I was like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. I noticed that his roommate got mad and left at one point, and I was like, that's really weird. So we're joking around.
his roommate.
Yeah, his roommate who was watching. And then we're doing stuff from half guard, and I noticed that the knot in his belt kept hitting me in the hip and the thigh. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, I've never seen that before. And I looked down and I noticed that it wasn't his belt. And once I figured out what was going on, I was like, Frankie, help me. Frankie. I was trying to get his attention, and he's over here like entertaining some of the ladies. He's like looking around, he's just cracking some jokes. I'm like trying to get his attention. I'm just kind of like code red. And he's like completely oblivious. And the only thing that saved me was Suki called time, and we were ready to get ready to roll.
You should have told him no Kiro. No, don't want.
Dude, I was shocked. I was like, I didn't know what to do. He was sitting there like giving me this look like,
Hey, going back to these guys. Women are not saints either. Okay, you guys are looking for like a husband or something like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I did that intentionally. Like, women do the same thing where they try to date around at gyms. Like, I've definitely encountered that before as well. Yes.
Because when Frankie puts on his no gi leggings,
Ladies, watch out.
dump truck.
Yeah, also, I think the thing too is like when I roll, obviously I don't roll with my ring on because I'm not trying to get my fingers all effed up. So it's just like I sometimes get concerned that people might think that I'm available, but I'm like, no, I just have my ring in my bag. I can't.
Yeah, I definitely like when I've noticed that like a lot of guys that like I first train with, they tend to always like mention their wife or their partner or something. And I think that's very intentional because like I said, like there are a lot of women out there in jiu-jitsu who are like trying to find their husband, their new husband or whatever.
They're trying to get those men with those MMA bodies.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think we left that boat, dude. We're old as fuck.
all you got is dad bod over here.
Yeah. Yo, I can make a good omelet in the morning. Shoot.
Yeah. I gotta wear those XXXL spats, you know.
Yeah.
So
Like give me like 10 minutes. I gotta still warm up.
so I ended up having to take Sid to 50-50s open mat just so he was having a moment and I was doing him a favor.
Yo, guys, heads up. If I cut off from here, it's because my phone died. My bad.
Okay. So I took Sid to 50-50 and like a creeper, I was sitting in jeans and in a t-shirt, like watching everybody roll. And I noticed that some of the ladies there looked like they were definitely fishing for guys. Because they had like the cute little spats on, the cute little like rash guards on, and they were like being a little flirty. And I'm like, in here like waiting for them to do some immaculate like leg locks or something. And the entire time that I was there was two ladies that didn't roll a single time. And they were like walking around like talking.
What was the point if you've been going?
I don't know.
Did anyone ask them to roll?
Husband. Shit.
Like, yeah, like people were asking them to roll and they were like, doing this motion and saying, no, not right now.
Well, there he goes. Frankie left.
R.I.P. Frankie.
Right. R.I.P. his phone.
But yeah, it was just interesting for me to see these. I don't know what to call them.
Yeah, that's weird because it's just
that
like,
happens.
You're paying all this money to go to a gym and you're just using it as just go and match or something like that. You'll pay less money to find someone.
I mean, I get that. Like I said, it's really hard to like even make friends when you're at this age and to find like someone who shares the same interest as you, whom you think is like even worth your time. I mean, me personally, I hate online dating. Like I mean, I know some people have like met their partners for life on online dating, whatever, but I can understand how like women.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I met my wife on Match.
I feel like an asshole now.
Yeah, jeez. I mean, let me say we met like in like several years ago, over a decade ago. So it's a completely different landscape now. And I feel where you're going.
Yeah. It's just like swipe right. Sorry, the liquid.
I don't even know which way to swipe.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, swipe either way. That's all it's all about. But what was I trying to get at? Like I can empathize with those, like with anybody who's trying to find like someone worthy to date.
Yeah.
It's like through a hobby is like the best way to really like connect with someone and like establish the common interest. So like I get it. It's just like, I guess where I have a problem with it is, I mean, and I'm kind of guilty of like, dating someone at the gym I train at, but they weren't in jiu-jitsu or in Muay Thai. I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about. But for me, I guess I have a problem with it when you bring it to the mat. Like you're like making innuendos and whatnot while you're on the mat. Like when you're training and you're on the mat, like just be professional.
Yeah.
Like bit training.
Yeah. I mean, I completely understand people wanting to connect with people and wanting to have the same hobbies with someone, but if you're exclusively going to a gym just to meet, like meet up with people, and you're not actually training, then that's just doesn't make sense to me, because it's just like you're wasting your money.
Yeah. Like you're like online dating is cheaper in that.
In that sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I
Right.
just thought of an idea, an online dating app for people who do jujitsu.
Dude,
Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
can make a lot of money.
Copyright.
I should
You
do like
really think so? You really think we'd make a lot of money with that?
I mean, if we made it national, yeah, sure.
And call it rolling buddies.
Rolling buddies. Well, no,
Roll
because you don't want them
and chill.
We could do a weekly.
roll and chill. That sounds better. Yeah,
We
because you
could
don't
do
want
a
them
week-
to be buddies.
Yeah.
We could do a weekly Instagram live show where people call in and they say, "This is who I am. These are my credentials," or whatever. Like, all right, folks, this is so and so. Message him if you want him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think what was the other weird thing? Do y'all remember? Kathy's song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a very nice person, very good training partner. But she would always get a kick out of knee sliding over my sensitive bits. Now, I was like, is she doing this on purpose? Like, she does it a lot.
It's like, you don't need more kids.
Like, she would giggle and then like go right over them. I'm like, can you stop?
So she was
But-
just being sadistic.
I think she thought it was funny.
She was just trying to strengthen your parts. It's like those guys who like tie weights to their nuts and swing them around. Yeah.
Okay,
just trying
well, what territory are we going into?
You've
right
never
now?
heard of
Because
that?
it does not sound like safe territory.
This is a thing. This is a real thing. I'm not making it
All
up.
right, well, tell us everything.
Let me
Is that-
bring up some videos right now.
No, please. I don't want to have
I'm
nightmares.
channeling Frankie since he's not here.
Right, exactly. That is something Frankie would bring up. No, but I thought she also like had one of the females that trained at Pentagon had a boyfriend who was like very much against her training.
That was her.
There. It was her. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, and that's I think that happens when, like I was saying earlier, where a person is not very familiar with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I can get it. Like if you've never seen jiu-jitsu before or anything like it, and you see people training, you're kind of like, the only other time I've seen these positions are in this
Kama
scenario.
Sutra.
Yeah, Kama Sutra, then I can see why they like would over sexualize it. But like, again, it's like you're really not thinking about any of that. You're just trying to survive and have good technique. Well, try and survive if you're a white belt and have good technique if you're higher belt.
Mhm.
You know,
I think that's something that people don't understand. Like when you're in a combat sport, you have to what's the term?
compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's your mindset when you're practicing, rolling, and competing, and then your regular mindset. When you're in that BJJ or combat sport mindset, so to speak, the last thing on your mind is how attractive is this person?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I don't care if off the mat you're a hornball, but it's like you still need to represent the sport when you're on the mat. You still need to be professional, because if you're not professional, people are going to get the wrong idea about the sport, and wherever you go, people are going to get the wrong idea about you, and they're going to get the wrong idea about your gym too.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally agree
So
with that.
like you were saying, just keep it off the mat.
Yeah.
But it's inevitable though. Like when you have both sexes on the mat at the same time and training, like there's going to be misunderstandings.
Yeah.
Like I have no problems in being mat enforcer, especially if someone's roughing up one of the ladies. But my worry is that at some point in time, one of the ladies that I defend, so to speak, ends up taking that in the wrong context and thinking that I'm like,
trying to
get
make a
with them
move or something.
Yeah.
I don't need you to help me. I don't need you to defend me.
Or even worse, if they like make a move on me, it's like, no.
He's so nice, he protects me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be Mad Enforcer so bad. And toss people around.
Dude, there's at Chantilly, there's no way. Like, there's like 4 guys there that overpower me, and
See that's why I need to go train there, because that will definitely toughen me up if I can climb the ranks there and get to Mad Enforcer. So Sugi's just like, you
No,
take him
Thomas is not. He's like teaching and everything.
yeah.
He's taking over, not taking over, but like helping with Sugi as substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Yana, how was that class today?
It was good. Yeah, we had a good, I think you had good technique to review, and it was a good amount. I would have personally wanted more time to roll, like by sparring, but I always want more time to roll. So
Are you there full time now, or?
not really. I mean, I just get there whenever I can, whether that it's usually just like once a week that I can
Yeah.
drive all the way over there. And then I try to always go to open mat on Saturdays.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the actual class during the week, I can usually only make like 1 day a week. And it just depends on like if I can have someone here to watch over Lila, after I leave, when I leave.
Bring her.
Because she usually goes to bed at like 7.
Bring her with you.
It's really,
Yeah. Let her learn some moves.
hmm And I mean, I would go to Pentagon, but I just, Sugi's my coach. So if I can drive out to Chantilly, I will. That's kind of how I see it. And I try to make Pentagon open mats on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but work doesn't always allow that. So.
All right, folks, it's about that time. Yana, final thoughts? I promise the next time we'll stay more on topic.
No, it's fine. No, I thought this was a great podcast and I really enjoyed the conversation. So no worries or regrets from me. I'm feeling my rum. I think I've only gone like halfway through. Yeah, I'm feeling good and ready for bed, and had a really great conversation. So I'm glad I signed on and joined.
What?
Don't be a hornball on the mat. Keep it off the mat. Be professional. Yeah. And be considerate about your rolling partner, because you're going to need them. Or you're going to piss them off. They're going to train real hard and they're going to come back and whoop your ass.
Yeah.
So
wise words. Wise words. Definitely.
All right, folks. I'll bid you a good night today. Wait, good day tonight? Whatever. What? You get what I'm saying.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
I'll see y'all later.
All right, bye.
Bye.